Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose, and you can find yourself being hated. Now, there are a lot of fighters out there, and I'm going to tell you right now, I think all the fighters are great. I do. However, sometimes we have a conversation, and there are some fighters who do things that I'm like, I don't quite get it. But when I look at the comments under the videos that I do, I'm shocked to see that so many boxing fans really have negative things to say about these three fighters, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and Devin Haney. Now, if you ask me who boxing fans have the most negative things to say, I would say I would rank Deontay Wilder as the one fighter who almost every comment is something negative, right? Then I would say out of these three, then Devin Haney, then lastly Tyson Fury. Now, what I will say is when it comes to Tyson Fury, I don't live in the UK, but when I talk to most people from the UK, of course, he has a bunch of supporters, an expanded group of supporters. However, there are more people who say, hey, look, Hood Champion in the UK, no one likes Tyson Fury. Now, I don't live there. I can't confirm that, but I was shocked to hear that. So that being said, maybe Tyson Fury is the most hated out of all three. I don't know. But for these purposes, let me focus on these three. Now, when it comes to Deontay Wilder, when it comes to Devin Haney, and Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder is the one who takes the most shots. He does. And I think it's because a lot of people feel he made excuses for the second loss to Tyson Fury and how he went about it, because there are still people who believe Tyson Fury won that fight, like Tyson Fury would say, fair and square. But I'm telling you, there is no proof of Tyson Fury cheating. There's no proof. And for anyone who wants to say, no, there is proof. Look at the gloves. There were egg weights. Oh, look at this. I'm going to tell you, hold your horse and stop taking it to the stupid. Go with what Deontay Wilder said, okay? I don't want to hear you. You don't want to hear me because we're not going to agree. So we'll just go to the source. Deontay Wilder said, I cannot prove he cheated, but I know he cheated. Now, when a person like that makes that kind of statement, I have to respect it. Because look, we can know something's not right without having proof. You know what I'm saying? We can know something's not right. If only you and I live in a house, we're roommates, and I just came back and picked up a big ass plate of barbecue, and I got potato salad in there, rice, I got a nice thing of fruit punch, and I put it on the table. And I just so happened to go back out to my car. I'm like, oh, I left something at my friend's house. Shit, let me run back out here because I left my cell phone. And then I come back in 30 minutes, and the plate of food's gone. I didn't see you do it, but I know something's wrong. And I'm going to believe it was your ass. Now, Tyson Fury in this case, I did the research, and I'm going to tell you this. If you want to hate Deontay Wilder because you feel he made excuses, let me just frame this real quick. I've done videos on this. It's a real good video out there. You can go look it out. I think it's called like What Really Happened. Let me see while I'm talking to you if I can pull it up. That way I can show you. In case somebody wants to go and take a look at it, you can. Because it will probably blow your mind. While I'm talking, I'm pulling it up. I'm gonna show you, so you can see. Let me see something, man. Let me see if I can. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. It's one of the first videos I did on him. Where is it? I'm going to find it here. I had it on my home page. I'm looking for it right now so I can share it with you. Okay. You don't want to see me scrolling through all this crap. Where is it? I know I'm gonna come across it because I broke it all down, and it's pretty interesting when you watch that video to see what exactly happened with Tyson Fury and Wilder. Where is it? Okay, there's that one, that one, that one, that one. Oh, here it is right here. You see this one here? Right there, it says watch whole video. Right here. Watch whole video. Full examination. Where it is. Full examination. Where is it? Damn it. Of how Tyson Fury may have cheated Wilder, have cheated to the top. Okay? You go watch that video. But anyway, Tyson Fury returns to boxing. He goes to fight Deontay Wilder. By this time, he's hooked up with Kinahan. He's hooked up with Usman Sajjad. Okay, Kinahan had a lot of influence, known for corruption in boxing, from judges to commissions to fighters to trainers, everything, using strong arm tactics, intimidation, etc., to make sure he got his way. He promised Tyson Fury that he would get him back to the top of the heavyweight division and lead him to unimaginable wealth. Where did Tyson Fury end up? All I'm saying is, when you start looking at him being with Kinahan, what Kinahan promised him, Kinahan's influence, hooking up with Usman Sajjad, and being able to, and then also look at that Mark Breland had a relationship with the Kronk Gym. I mean, for me, it's just, there's too much there for me to not pay attention and say, damn, this sure looks suspicious. Okay? You look at that first fight with Wilder and Fury, how Jack Reese dropped to his knees and tongue kissed him and woke him up. That shit right there is something you just don't see in boxing. In the second fight, Fury fought like a pig. As far as egg weights in his gloves, like I have a tough time believing that. But the bottom line is, his gloves did look suspicious, and he did fight like a pig, and he was allowed to do a lot of things we just normally don't see fighters get away with in the ring. And in the third fight, look, the second and third fight, Tyson Fury had Herculean power. Tyson Fury was a monster puncher. He turned into Deontay Wilder in those fights. His punch resistance was something we haven't seen. Now, there's no proof that he was taking anything that would give him extra power that would help with his punch resistance. But for a guy who's never really had that, you got to stop and ask the question, where'd that come from? So that being said, people don't like Wilder because they feel like he was a sore loser, and they feel like he fired Mark Breland for no reason. I'm going to tell you, I think Mark Breland did the right thing stopping that fight because Deontay Wilder, like he was about to get killed. However, at the same time, after I did research, because I looked and I saw that Mark Breland was hugging Tyson Fury after the fight. And I was like, what the hell is that? That's just like when I see Malik, like Deontay Wilder got to figure out who he's going to have in his corner. Because that shocked me to see Mark Breland hug the enemy. I know it's being professional. But then you find out Mark Breland had that relationship with Kronk Gym. It invokes some doubt. And then you look at when Deontay Wilder lost to Zhilei Zhang, Malik Scott ran over there, and I don't know if he tongue kissed Zhang's trainer, but he kissed him on the cheek. I don't know, I couldn't really see, but it looked like he went and dragged his tongue through his mouth. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Bottom line is, Deontay Wilder facing Tyson Fury, it's not just that he lost. It's the fact that he came out and said he was cheated, and he knows he was cheated, and people don't like that. The second thing is, he's always been criticized about his skill set, which I just think it's like people are just parroting what they've heard other people say. To come out here and suggest Deontay Wilder's never fought a top 10 opponent, that's ridiculous. Deontay Wilder was out here popping them guys like grapes, from Spilka to Brazil to Molina to Luis Ortiz And let me tell you, Gerald Washington, all those guys at that time were all ranked across all the sanctioning bodies in the top 10. Now, what you want him to do? Fight Dillian White? Yeah, I agree. I think he should have fought Dillian White. I'm going to tell you that right now. Why he didn't fight him? Well, we know the secret society's in full effect. And at the same time, Eddie Hearn, who, I don't know, you hear all kind of stories. All I can do is read because to get it from the horse's mouth is damn near impossible, right? But what I will say is you look at how Wilder and AJ never fought, and then you hear the guy from the zone, the reps for the zone come out and say, that fight didn't happen because we dropped the ball. We didn't treat him like a champion. We weren't really familiar with negotiating, and we used the wrong tactics. And then Eddie Hearn trying to say, if you want AJ, fight Dillian White, because Eddie Hearn's only concerned about his pockets. Deontay Wilder's stubborn, and he's like, nah, you're not going to force me a certain direction. I'm going to march to the beat of my own drum. I trust my team, and we're not going to do what you say that I should do, especially to get a fight with AJ. Long story short, a lot of fans just don't like Wilder. Felt like he misstepped and miscalculated his career. He made excuses, and he never had the type of skill set that a champion needs to perform at the elite level. And then when he did finally get to the elite level, he lost. Tyson Fury came, fought Parker, and fought Zhang and got tranquilized. They even bring up the fact that he was losing almost every round against Luis Ortiz until he finally, which is crazy to me, they said until he finally set a trap. Now, if a guy has no skills, how can you set a trap? You know what I'm saying? Luis Ortiz didn't let his guard down. Deontay Wilder set that up. Anyway, he got him out of there. But Wilder gets no credit. And when I watch what people have to say, it's really crazy to me that they just dogpile him, man, in the comment section. And I don't think he deserves that. That's just my opinion. But then you come to Devin Haney. And here it is, a guy who took a loss to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's test came back positive for Osterine. But I think he and Wilder have been grouped together as far as guys who make excuses and can't handle their loss and can't take the loss like a man. Now, the difference here is there's no proof with Wilder that Tyson Fury cheated, even though it looks real suspicious, right? If you ask me, do I think he cheated? I've said this over and over. I think Tyson Fury cheated. I think he cheated his ass off against Deontay Wilder. Okay, that's no secret. But, like Wilder said, there's no proof. But boy, there's a whole lot of goddamn evidence out there that would force me to believe that something happened. You know what? So I think it's fair to have the conversation. In Devin Haney's case, though, with Ryan Garcia, yeah, Ryan outsped him. He outpowered him. I think Ryan would always outspeed Devin because Ryan just has freakishly fast hands. And I think he'll always outpower him with that left hand. But Ryan tested positive. I get it. The whole thing about Osterine, Devin's brother talking about Allah told him Ryan's going to test positive. Ryan acting weird. Ryan acting like he's drinking. Ryan saying he's doing drugs. I get it. All of that was weird. Acting like he kidnapped himself. Talking about children. I get it. It's all that stuff Ryan Garcia did was very weird. But the fact is this. He tested positive. How can you get mad at Devin Haney? Everybody says they want a clean sport, right? So how can you get mad at him for putting pressure on Ryan and suing him? I think he should sue him. Now, when I first heard it, I was like, what? Sue him for what? Just get in the ring and fight him, you know? But then I said, well, hold on. We're trying to understand it. People can do what they want. You have choices. You can do whatever you want. Just be ready to deal with the consequences. And I do think when it comes to boxing, there's not enough severe consequences to deal with these guys who get caught cheating. In addition to that, there are a lot of people who look at Devin Haney and feel that all he's done is weight bully. And I'll be honest with you, I think Linares, height-wise, reach-wise, kind of matched Devin. He was at the end of his career, but he gave Devin the business. In that one particular round, I'm telling you, another 15 seconds, Devin would have been knocked out cold. Even Devin know he dodged the bullet. But outside of that, Devin outboxed him. Like, he clearly outboxed Linares. And then the second person he fought that had that, like, equal height or more, equal reach or more, speed, power, advantage went to the opponent was Ryan Garcia, and we saw how that went. And that's what it made people say, like Walter, Devin really was never that good of a boxer. He never really fought anyone. As soon as he stepped in there with somebody that were about his height, about his reach, skill-wise, talent level, he wasn't able to weight bully him. You saw what happened to him. And I know his dad doesn't really help the situation. But when I watch him, they have all kind of things to say about him. I even saw people talking about the man. He just had a child. Talking about the man's child. Like, there's certain lines you don't cross, man. Talking about his child. Talking about his appearance. I mean, I'm surprised a guy like Devin Haney can even come on Twitter and function after reading some of those comments and after some of the interactions he has with fans. Well, I would say haters. It's horrible. People just don't like him. And I understand some people think he's making excuses for what happened with Ryan Garcia. I understand how a person who's totally ignorant to what happened between Ryan and Devin could just see the fight and not know that there was a positive test for Austrian on Ryan's part and just say, well, what the hell? But for those who are fully aware of the outcome, I don't understand. You know what happened with the testing. How you can sit here and be mad at Devin. So all I'll say is if that was your child, if that was your nephew, if that was your sibling, or if that was you, how would you feel? Because, that's why, I think you're on the civil court, right? Yeah, man, you can't come out here, man, and taking, it's assault, basically, and battery. You can't do that shit. And I think Devin and his dad are doing the right thing and setting the precedents. And I hope more fighters follow suit and sue these guys. But that being said, there are a lot of people, even within the boxing community, that don't respect Devin Haney for what he did. That's almost like I see these young people out here talking about, because there's so much stuff that'll pop up on Twitter or you'll see on YouTube. I just skip over it, right? Because I ain't got time to look at that dumb shit. Like, I'm 49 years old. I don't care about none of that foolishness that's going on in the world. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see no fights, no shootings, lions eating stupid asses trying to hunt them. I don't want to see none of those dumb videos. Women half naked dancing. I don't want to see that shit. But when I see this, what was I about to say, man? I was talking about Devin, Ryan, stuff popping up on them YouTube shorts. See, I lost my train of thought because I was thinking about them stupid ass videos. People getting fucking shot and all that craziness, man. What was I about to say? See, that's what happened. I lost my train of thought. Devin, Ryan, the rematch, drug testing. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Being 49 years old, far from slow. Anyway, I forgot what I was saying, man. Bottom line, when it comes to that Devin Haney, people don't like him. And they're supporting Ryan. And I just think that's crazy. Because if it was me, having a family member who went through what Devin did, I think that I would support him 100% for suing. I think more fighters should follow suit and sue as well. Then comes Tyson Fury, the former lineal champion lineal, beats him fair and square. Look, Tyson Fury's out here kind of doing the same thing. He is also one. Now he's making excuses. Wilder, that second fight with Fury, were there excuses for the loss? Yeah, they were. But I think Wilder is justified for feeling the way he felt. Now remember, you can't tell someone they have no right to feel the way they felt. So for those of you saying, yeah, he can't feel that way. No, just like you can say he can't feel that way, that's your right. It's his right to feel the way he feels. But now, Tyson Fury, let me tell you something. He lost that first fight against Usyk, in my opinion, and he definitely lost that second fight, in my opinion. I picked Usyk to win the first fight. I picked Fury to win the second fight. I was right the first time, wrong the second time. Fury just can't pull the trigger anymore. But after the first fight, he says he was robbed, and he said the reason why he lost is because Usyk, the judges felt bad for him because of what's going on in his country. Now that's crazy, man, to say something like that. Then he lost the second time. He's like, he just can't get nobody. What do you say? No one is safe when it comes to the decisions over there. Suggesting that Turkey al-Sheikh and the judges and everyone else are against him. Now, we all know Tyson Fury was a chosen one. Turkey al-Sheikh talking about how he loved him, hugging him, sitting on his lap, talking about he loves his father. He wants Tyson Fury to fight forever. With the money Tyson Fury's received, there's nothing. He deserves so much more. See, y'all didn't catch all that. So Tyson Fury wasn't the kind of, he's not the guy to go over to Saudi to get robbed. He lost. But a lot of people don't like him because of that, making excuses. And maybe there is a little bit of a pity party for Usyk and everything that his country's going through, his friends and family have gone through, and what he's gone through. But understandably so, if you have any good in your heart, you're going to sit there and look at that and you're going to feel some kind of empathy for that man. And maybe some people who have family members who've gone through something like that so they can sympathize with him. That's some difficult stuff to deal with what Usyk's going through, but I don't think the judges in that first or second fight allowed that to play into their decision. I think the fact that Usyk damn near killed him in that first fight in round 9 has something to do with the decision in Usyk's favor. And the fact that Usyk just couldn't miss with that left hand in the second fight had something to do with the decision going in Usyk's favor. In addition to that, with a guy like Tyson Fury, when people rallied behind him and supported him after the Wilder win, so much so that they said Tyson Fury would beat Muhammad Ali. But then, when you come and you lose the way he did, first of all, it started with Ngannou, getting clipped and being out of shape. People start wondering where the power went, where the punch resistance went. We know Ngannou was a heavy puncher, but for Fury to go down like that and to look the way he looked, it made people wonder. Then he comes back against Usyk and he has stamina out of this world. Okay? In both fights. The power, it seemed to be better in those fights, but it's not what he showed against Wilder. And that made a lot of people who are Fury supporters say, something ain't right here. What happened to that guy who tranquilized Wilder across 2 fights? We all know Chisora is there to be hit, but for the most part, beat Chisora into submission and tranquilized Dillian White with an uppercut. How come he can no longer do that? He's gone back to being the Tyson Fury, up to the Tyson Fury who fought Wilder in the first fight. So it kind of made Deontay Wilder look a little bit better in people's eyes, saying, maybe there is something fishy going on. But long story short, Tyson Fury coming out making excuses, it caused people to peel the scab back, all the way back around the time when he was fighting Klitschko, where he tested positive for PEDs. When he had that fight where he had the damn gloves that were tampered with. It's not talking about all the horrible things he said about marriage and women and kids and people of different religions. It made people stop and start to talk about those things again. But over here in the States, you don't hear much about him. But over there in the UK, that's what I said. I've had people who are in the UK say people don't like him. They hate him. And when you look at these 3 guys, man, if you ask me, do they deserve to be hated? I'm not going to tell anyone, you can do what you want. But in my opinion, nah. I think, if you ask me how do I feel, I think they're all great fighters. But when it comes to Deontay Wilder, I think he created his own misery because he got rid of Mark Breland. And to me, Mark Breland was the best thing that happened to Deontay Wilder. Just my opinion. Remember, I'm on the outside looking in. I look at the things Deontay Wilder was doing in the ring when he had Mark Breland on the team. Since Mark Breland left, I'm looking at the things Wilder have stopped doing. And I just think, the ship has sailed as far as Wilder getting back to the top of the sport. I really do. He's not the same, man. And plus, he had them hard fights with Fury where Fury beat a pound of flesh out of him. So I just don't think Deontay Wilder has much left to give. especially at the elite level. But he gets an opportunity to prove us wrong this year as he fights this guy Harper. And if he beats him, he's supposed to. It looks like Turkey Al-Sheikh wants to make the AJ fight. When it comes to Devin Haney, I think Devin Haney is an outstanding fighter as well. I think it's unfortunate that he got into a fight with Ryan Garcia, and Ryan Garcia was on Osterring. To be honest with you, I don't even think Ryan Garcia needed that Osterring to win that fight because of his speed and power. But he did it, and he really hurt Devin Haney bad throughout that whole fight. And one thing, whether you want to believe this or not, Devin Haney's been fighting a long time, man, since he was a little bitty kid. And when he says, I sparred everybody, and I've been hit before, but I've never been hurt like that. He was like, I've never been hurt like that. I've never felt nothing like that. That tells me that I should probably listen to him, because he knows what it's like to get hit, to get buzzed, but he also knows when he feels something different. And I truly believe Devin. I don't think he's lying when he says that, where he was like, what the hell was that this dude hit me with? We know they're not kids anymore. Ryan's a grown man. Devin's a grown man. Kids evolve and grow into their man strength, and all that plays a role. But I do believe when Devin Haney says, I never felt nothing like that. I do believe that the Austrian had something to do with those shots. But that being said, Devin Haney bubbling to 147, I just think he needs to be careful on who he's fighting, because I think he's always had a suspect chin. His defense, he's always been able to get away with a lot of things because of his reach and speed. And I don't think he's going to be able to do that against guys at 147. He's going to have to be very particular about the opponents he selects. If not, Devin Haney, I think he will get knocked out. But who knows? He may, with gaining the weight, punch resistance may be better, may have more power. I don't know. But again, he's fighting monsters. He could be up there at 147 trying to fight those monsters, and it can get real ugly real quick. Now, Tyson Fury, I still think Tyson Fury, I think he beats a lot of people in the heavyweight division, man. But him and AJ, I kind of lean towards Tyson Fury, but it's really who lands first, you know what I'm saying? AJ can knock you out. And AJ's chin isn't the best, so Fury can knock him out. But as far as these other guys at the heavyweight division, the Zhangs, the Bacolis, and those guys running around here, the Atamas, the Wardleys, this young generation that's pushing up through the heavyweight division, I don't think Wilder, AJ, or Fury can handle any of those monsters, man. You know, they can always say, man, the old wise owl always has a trick up his sleeve. But I don't think the trick's going to be good enough or so significant that it's going to get them a victory over any of these young guns moving up. It's time for them to just maybe recycle fights and fight each other. Maybe Fury and Wilder fight a fourth time. Maybe Fury and Wilder both fight AJ finally. You know, I don't know. But I think they should be very careful messing around with these other guys who are still, you know, even Zhang, who may be 40. But he's a fresh 40. Still looks good. Speed, power, IQ, skill. They should just leave him alone. Wilder learned the hard way. AJ and Fury will learn the hard way. But that being said, who's hated more? They're all hated. But I think Wilder's hated more than Haney. Then I think Haney's been hated more than Fury. But I could be wrong to some UK fans, because they're living in the UK and they know what people have to say about Tyson. As far as what the future holds for these guys, I don't know how much further Wilder can go. Fury already said he's retired. I just think he's trying to drive up his value so he can make big money to come back and fight AJ. And we're going to see if Devin's chin can hold up and just how much that Ryan fight took out of him. And even if he has a chin, it's his confidence. Is he going to let his hands go? Is he going to turn into Adrian Broner? You know what I'm saying? We're going to see what happens. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans on 7 continents. Y'all, I'm in the breeze.